So we just found out that
no. Don't go there. Don't go there. See, the question is... Hi, we're playing Mario Super Galaxy 2, 3.
Wait, what? Mario Super Galaxy 3, 2?
We're playing Super Mario 64, the pre-sequel.
Yeah. Okay, guys, this is really weird. I discovered this, playing this game. Okay, so, real quick.
You look at the pineapple right.
Okay, so this is how fast you normally run. And look at this. Okay, you do this, nothing happens. But if you do that, same thing, on a curved surface.
Oh, that's weird.
You run really fast.
That's odd. Maybe it's like, because like on a lot of the puzzles where you don't have your jetpack, you need to run faster. So they just did that as like a helpful mechanic.
Well, it seems like a glitch more than a mechanic.
I don't know.
Because, like, in Mario games, they always explain every feature.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, like, something that they would just do, or, like, oh, well, you just have to figure out on this level that you can... Like, another thing about that is there's very few, like, ramps and, like, stuff like that. Like, angles. Most
Well,
things are just
like I
flat
said, in a lot of
surfaces.
the puzzles where you don't have your jetpack, there's a lot of, like, twisting stuffs. Like the metal
Yeah, but
blocks
you're not
that
going to
twist.
be diving onto them, because most of the platforms are really narrow. Although, I do want to point out that transition into this area kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Yeah,
Why? Because I don't
you,
usually do
you
that.
like walk a door.
Walk a door.
You walk in.
Make sure to pick up poop because like you don't want any of that door poop all over the place, man. Like the cops will.
You
get
walk
after
into
you.
the door.
Why would you
and
walk into the door? That would hurt. Like you might walk through a doorway. But if you walked into a door, your nose might hurt.
You don't have much of a right splitting hairs, Solomon, considering you regularly call this show a podcast.
I know, but I like to when I can because you guys hardly ever mess up when it comes to languages, except Jager, who does it on purpose.
I do it because I find it amusing, but I'm...
Yes, but when you actually do mess up, I like to rub it in because I mess up with my language.
Well, the reason, like, I never used to mess up...
I
I never used to mess up until I started, like, using bad English because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But, like, now, like, I just
You
start
can barely
messing
say
up
the
on
word
accident.
nope. He'll probably say nopes on accident.
It's
I
like the
just make-
muscly thing all over again.
Yeah, I just make mistakes, like, on accident. This is like the easiest ones in the game, I think. Something like that.
That guy looks like a failed art director or something, like with his hat.
He looks like he likes, fine art.
Man, I love fine art. I don't like most modern art at all, really. I haven't seen any newer art that I actually like.
I don't care for art. Like paintings.
I love painting so much. But again, I haven't seen any like newer paintings that I actually like. Most of them seem like, I don't know. Yeah. Leo, we will end you.
That was a close one.
That was a close one. We almost lost our lives.
You know, actually, I was listening. I'm gonna kill myself now. I was watching one of our old episodes.
So, I like watching our old episodes.
Okay, you know what? Technically, I actually was listening to it because I was playing a game and listening to it.
Aha!
But that's proper.
It's secretly a podcast.
It's not.
Illuminati, Illuminati, Illuminati.
Okay.
So angry right now.
Okay, the thing is that it's a video. Like, I know it's not a podcast, but
Yeah, we all know it's not.
I was
actually a
listening.
podcast.
I was listening to it, and like, this was early on in our journey with Leo the dog, and we're just like, oh yeah, it's the puppy Leo. We love him. He's so cute. And I was like, so much has changed.
Yeah, just in the few since this podcast has started.
I'm waiting for the point where you've done it so many times that it becomes funny again. But it's in that awkward, like, middle area where it's just, like, obnoxious. It's obnoxious, but not to the point of where it was in Yoshi's Story when you first started doing it.
Oh my god.
Because you weren't aware of it. Like, it was more annoying. I think,
when I didn't.
when you were just saying that.
Yeah, because you were sincerely like, oh, this is a podcast, because you've been listening to a ton of podcasts at the time.
Yeah, and you're
I still listen to a ton of podcasts.
Yeah, you're just like, what did you say? Like, how did it start?
I forget.
But then, yeah, it was just like, you said something like you wasn't. What?
What even just happened right there?
Well, you see, Jager's
That wasn't
bad.
That wasn't my fault.
You were a bad Jager.
Okay, but like Solomon said something, and then Jake was like, I think you're like become like delusional, like to the point where like you actually think it is a podcast, and then right after that you're just like, oh well, like this is like one of those awkward things when you're trying to remember something while you're saying it, and then you just kind of use a lot of pausing words.
You just kind of die like
Yes, I understand and I appreciate your reference.
Hand him a sandwich.
What was I talking about? Gosh.
The podcast joke.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then then after we had like a big thing about how you're just like this is you kept accidentally calling it a podcast, and then you're just like, oh, if Michael ever listens to this, and then I was like, and then Jake yelled at you, and I thought it was hilarious.
Why do you yell at me?
See, this is what we've become. We're talking about our other videos.
Yeah, it's just we've gotten to the point where we've ran out of things to say.
It all
And
comes
Really,
full
I have a lot of
circle.
things to say.
No,
actually.
I was just joking, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, we've gotten to the part where we've ran out of things to say, and now we're just going to regurgitate our previous episodes, and we'll go to the point where we're referencing when we reference them.
Yeah.
And that'll just be the whole video. It's just this giant, like,
But then
feedback, eternal feedback loop of us.
will it ever get to the
vomiting
point
our
where we
words.
reference
Vomit out.
us referencing something?
Yeah, just like
Will it ever get to that
the
point?
first self-referential Let's Play.
Dude, you know what I think? Is I'm going to kill everyone.
Why do you do that?
What?
Why would you kill them?
Why would you kill
Oh, I wanted to point this out earlier, but I think that the, like, M with the little accent things,
Mm-hmm.
one of, like, the cooler designs they did.
Yeah.
What is that, by the way?
It's just an appealing, like, insignia.
Yeah.
It looks like something that, like, an actual, like, graffiti tattoo would make.
Would you get it on a tattoo?
Dude, oh my god, that's a game that me and, like, that we should play at some point. Jet Set Radio Future.
Or Tony Hawk's Underground.
Or Tony Hawk's Underground.
Or Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Or Tony Hawk's Pro 8.
I have a Sega.
Or Tony Hawk
A
Ride.
Dreamcast.
Or Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
I think I still have a few.
You know, this is an oddly fond memory in my mind, but I remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 being the last 64 game I saw in the store.
Yeah. It was weird that it was just that game.
Yeah, like I remember we went into Walmart and there's a bunch of GameCube games, and this was before most of you were born.
Because you're all fetus high.
Yeah, like it was just like when GameCube was new, and then there's just Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 for 64 just sitting there.
I
Yes.
forgot that Pro Skater 3 was on 64.
It was.
You know, I remember.
It was also pretty good, I think.
I remember really wanting a GameCube when I was younger, but mainly because like the first time me and my family ever went to go and buy a console, and it was when like GameCube was new, PS2 was new, like all this other stuff. Like, we were looking at GameCube games and PS2 games, and I didn't really see anything on the PS2 that I wanted, but I saw Pac-Man World something. I think it was World 1.
No, World 1 was PS1 only.
Okay, then it was definitely World 2 then.
I have that on the PS Vita.
And like, I had Pac-Man World. There was like Pac-Man World 2 then. Was that on GameCube?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Wait,
Okay,
yes.
then yes. I saw that on the GameCube and I was like, I want that because I really liked Pac-Man, and I was just like, I really want that. I want to play that, but like I couldn't, and that's what like made me want a GameCube like the entire time I was growing up, because I wanted to play Pac-Man World because like
I'm
the idea.
relatively certain that was on at least. It was on PS2.
I think so.
It was on PS2, but like they didn't sell it at Walmart, which is the only place we shopped for games when I was growing up.
That's kind of stupid.
Well, it was like, I don't know why we did it. I think it was because it was the most convenient, and Fred Meyer...
But you wouldn't go anywhere else?
Yeah, no.
If
My
you
family
just so
was very
happen-
biased against Fred Meyer, so we didn't really go there.
That's really stupid.
Well, it's just Fred Meyer's prices were more expensive with almost everything, except games, and my dad didn't realize that. And he just thought, well, Walmart's the cheapest with everything! Because he's weird.
You know what else is weird?
End of the episode?
Not really. That was pretty average.
Yes,
actually.
it was pretty average. You know what? Let's try and end it on a weird note. Jager, kiss me.
Scorpion.